Hello viewers, my name is Phil Riddle. I'm a candidate for re-election to the Irving City Council in Place 4. That represents District 4, which is the south end of Irving and wraps around to the east. I have been your council member for 6 years, your representative, and I'm seeking a third term that would term me out. But there are some things that I would like to see us accomplish in the next 3 years. I've been a resident of Irving for 72 plus years. When my parents moved here in 1946, it was a small burg of about 2,500 people, and now we're much larger than that, probably approaching 250,000. So when I say I have grown up in Irving, I can also say I've grown with and aged with Irving, and so I've seen lots of changes. I'm a product of the Irving school system. I graduated from UT Arlington in 1972 with a Bachelor of Science in Biology. Spent some time in the Air Force, and then my career was with the Irving Fire Department for 32 and a half years, and I was serving the city through that capacity. As a paramedic, as a firefighter, finally I retired as a captain in 2010. It's been my privilege to serve the south end of town for the last 6 years. I've been a resident. I've owned property in District 4 for a little over 42 years. So I'm well aware of what takes place in our end of town. I know what we need, I know where we've been, and I can see where we need to go. There's been so many changes in the city over the last many years. We've seen the rise and the literal fall of the Plymouth Park Shopping Center. We saw the arrival of DFW Airport to the west and how it influenced the growth of our city, how it influenced the growth of the Las Colinas area and Ben Carpenter's vision that he had. We've seen the introduction of light rail and rail transportation into our city, and that's helped grow us. We've seen the cowboys come, we've seen the cowboys go, and yet our city continues to forge ahead. We've seen many things advance in the last 6 years, not the least of which is the Toyota Music Factory. We've seen it come to fruition finally, and before the pandemic last year, the Toyota Music Factory was rated as one of the very top entertainment venues of a facility its size in the whole world. We've seen the Convention Center Hotel come online, and it was doing very well. And while the pandemic has not hurt us really severely in the sales tax department, it has really crushed us in tourism and the hotel industry. And so we'll be struggling for probably a couple of years to come out of that. Actually talking with Mara Gass the other day, she mentioned that she had a couple of conferences that were scheduled cancel because of the lifting of the mask mandate, and they were concerned about what exposure there might be for some of their attendees. So we're still struggling with trying to get things back online in that area. The city has done a really good job of handling assistance to those in need during the pandemic. As most of you know, the federal government has allotted funds to the cities and the counties, and we have been working with residents to make sure they got assistance with rent, with utilities. We've been working to make sure they're fed. We put people up when they need to be put up, but we have been working really hard, and I can't say enough about our Housing and Human Services Department and how they've worked to help that take place. So a lot of things that I mentioned were in far north Irving, and you say that's great for them. Well, what about South Irving? What about down here? What about the things that we need down here? And I can tell you that the city is spending millions of dollars to expand Heritage Park with its amphitheater and its increased activity areas. You're going to see construction start on Irving Boulevard in the next year to year and a half, where it's going to be improved with landscaping and parallel parking, and it's going to have a different look to it, and it's going to dress the place up, and it's going to look pretty nice, and we hope it will lure new businesses into that area. There's a proposal for apartments at the old lumber yard. We have a Starbucks going in downtown. It's my hope that as some of these things come to take place, that you'll see a renewed interest and people will stand up and take notice and say, hey, business is good in South Irving, and we can make it go down there, and we can make it work. When you look at the 2 zip codes south of Highway 183, there's almost 100,000 people living in those 2 zip codes. And I believe in my heart that we can support any business that comes down here, especially restaurant business. People are crying out, they're clamoring for restaurants in this area, and they want to see something that will help boost their ability to stay down here in South Irving when they want entertainment. I know how you feel, and I know that we need a new grocer to replace the Fiesta store that closed on Shady Grove. I can tell you the Chamber of Commerce is talking with people, and they're trying to make sure that we get that in there. We care about the people that live in the south end of town. Our Road to the Future program has done wonders to improve the condition of roads down here. And our next project will be to address drainage issues in the south end of town. Thank you for listening. My name is Phil Riddle, candidate for District 4. I want to serve you for 3 more years, and thank you for tuning in, and thank you for listening.